The town of Black Hollow had always been shrouded in whispers. Nestled deep within a dense, ancient forest, it was a place where the trees seemed to lean closer together, as if conspiring to keep the outside world at bay. The townsfolk rarely spoke of the old rituals, but the scars on their arms and the hollow look in their eyes told a story no one dared to voice. It was the night of the blood moon, a rare celestial event that occurred once every 50 years. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and decay, and the forest seemed to hum with a low, guttural vibration. The townsfolk gathered in the center of the village, their faces pale and drawn, their hands trembling as they clutched crude, rusted tools. At the center of the gathering stood a young woman named Eliza. She was new to Black Hollow, having arrived only a month prior, seeking refuge from a life she no longer wanted. She had been drawn to the town's eerie beauty, its isolation, and the strange kindness of its people. But now, as she stood bound to a wooden post, her wrists raw from the ropes, she realized her mistake. The townsfolk began to chant, their voices rising in a dissonant chorus that made Eliza's skin crawl. The words were foreign, guttural, and filled with malice that seemed to seep into the very air. The ground beneath her feet began to tremble, and the trees swayed unnaturally, as if alive.
Please, what are you doing? Let me go!
The townsfolk ignored her, their eyes glazed over, their movements mechanical. One of them stepped forward, a man with hollow cheeks and sunken eyes. He held a jagged knife in his hand, its blade glinting in the moonlight. "It's not personal, child. The forest demands a sacrifice. It's always been this way." Before Eliza could scream, the man plunged the knife into her chest. The pain was excruciating, but it was nothing compared to the horror of what came next. As her blood spilled onto the ground, the earth seemed to drink it in, the soil turning a deep, unnatural red. The trees groaned and creaked, their branches twisting and writhing like the limbs of some great beast. Eliza's vision blurred, but she could still see the townsfolk stepping back, their faces twisted in a mixture of fear and reverence. The ground beneath her split open, and something began to rise from the depths, a monstrous, writhing mass of roots and flesh, its form shifting and pulsating as if it were alive. The creature let out a deafening roar, its maw opening to reveal rows of jagged, blackened teeth. It lunged at the townsfolk, its roots snaking out and wrapping around their bodies. They screamed as the creature dragged them into the earth, their bodies contorting and breaking as they were consumed. Eliza's last moments were filled with the sounds of tearing flesh and snapping bones. As the creature turned its attention to her, she felt its roots burrow into her chest, filling her with a cold, numbing darkness. Her body convulsed, her skin splitting as something began to grow inside her, a new form, twisted and grotesque. When the blood moon faded and the sun rose over Black Hollow, the town was silent. The forest seemed to breathe a sigh of relief, its trees standing tall and still once more. But deep within the earth, something stirred. Eliza's body was gone, but her essence remained, fused with the creature that had claimed her. The townsfolk were gone, their sacrifice complete. But the forest was never satisfied for long. It would wait, patient and hungry, until the next blood moon, when it would demand another offering. And so, the cycle would continue, as it always had.